All right, welcome back. This is what is this? This is going to be a video of all the random decants that I have and samples that I have. I don't know how many, maybe over 100. This will be a very long video. I'll try and cut this up into bits so that it doesn't get super boring and super long. But let's kick off without actually any too much introduction. These are all just like samples, decants, things like that people have sent me over the years that I've never actually even talked about. And I think some of these fragrances are really great. I just haven't gotten around to wearing them fully to be able to discern whether or not they're full bottle worthy. We'll do the first batch of them because I just got them recently. They are all from my friend Louis, and because I bought ridiculously overpriced things from them, the salesperson was kind enough to give me four of these samples, and the box is very fragrant because I tested a whole bunch of their freshies. I do think that some of their freshies are really great. I know that the price can be prohibitive because they're Louis and they need to maintain their pricing. They can't go on discounters or anything like that. So, but even though you can get them at much less than retail, there are ways of getting them like that. I had actually narrowed the entire collection down. I've actually smelled the entire collection that they have in the store, except for maybe some discontinued ones or something like that. And I had narrowed it down to four that I may like. One is a definite, the other one I'm still up in the air about. Okay, so what did I get from these guys? I got Afternoon Swim, California Dream, what's the other one? Pacific Chill, and On the Beach. So Afternoon Swim, nice. Yeah, too boring. California Dream, very nice. Just longevity issues and also can get kind of boring. But if you want boring and fresh, that's just perfect. Pacific Chill was interesting and gave off like a cucumber note, even though there's no cucumber in it. It's a tad femme, but some people may disagree. I think it's a tad femme. But I think on skin it'll do differently. I only tested this one on the card and On the Beach. So this is ranked actually because On the Beach is my favorite. It's actually a little bit interesting because of the rosemary in here. It gives it a bit of a spicy sort of or herbal sort of kick. And I think the longevity is much gooder than California Dream. Gooder than California Dream. Pacific Chill, I'm warming up to. I just need to wear it on skin. So I'll be doing that when the weather allows, because shit, like right now it's supposed to be spring. It's supposed to be a third of the way through spring, and it looks like winter. Thanks, Melbourne. Those are the two, Pacific Chill and On the Beach, and you might see me with bottles of these in the coming months because I think those are great. I don't like any of their heavier scents, like Ombre Nomade, not my thing. Nouveau Monde, which is a lighter version of, a more wearable version of Ombre Nomade. I don't do Le Sable Rose and Nuit de Feu or whatever. I don't dig those. I don't think they're to my taste. Great. And Jacques Cavalier, better with freshies than non-freshies anyway, in my opinion. Let's just caveat that. What's in the box? None of your business. And now we get to this bag. This is where I keep all of the little goodies and tidbits and things. Carded samples, decants, unlabeled things that are, or even things that I've mixed together just for fun, to see what they're going to smell like. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh shit. Okay. It's going to be a mixed bag because that's what it is. It's a mixed bag. clever. Somebody sent me this recently. Decas. Don't know how to say it, but I definitely didn't say it right the first time around. Freudian slip, some might call it. This was pretty good. Kind of spicy. I was surprised. Surprised at how kind of wearable it is. But I think actually I should just give it a bit of a... Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was nice. But I think the quality lets it down. That's what I'm going to say about that. You think this is high quality? No, I don't think so. It's not that high quality. But it smells great. I think this is just a tad above designer quality. Yeah. Smells more interesting, that's for sure. But in terms of blending and notes, I don't think it's that great. Anyway, moving on to this. I've got two. No, not two. I've got one. This is on my list forever. I am going to get this, even though it's loud and obnoxious and people might not like it. I love it. This is Blue Sapphire by Boadicea the Victorious. And I'm tossing up whether to get this or this supercharged version, which is even stronger than this. So I guess if I put the money down, which is like around $2,000 a bottle, if I put the money down, that's a forever fragrance. So yeah, this decant was a little bit fuller than this. I've worn it many times and I don't need to spray a lot in order to get a lot. So that's definitely gonna last me probably, until next year probably. I've got this. Somebody sent me this. This is a fantastic scent, actually. This is called Metallica by Guerlain. I've worn this a few times. This particular decant bottle was full. And this was called Metallica until Metallica got upset. Said, hey, you can't use our band name because we're Metallica. Metal liquor. All right. So Guerlain changed the name later on to Metalis, and then they discontinued it anyway, so who cares, right? But if you do find them, they're in those sort of B bottles, and I think they do come in like 250 ml. I think they're 250 ml or I forgot. They're 250 ml bottles that they come in. It smells gorgeous. Like probably one of the best, if not the best Guerlain I've ever smelled. It's a vanilla. It's almost like a floral vanilla, but it just peach, sort of cheaper vanilla. I don't know. It's just an odd thing I have not smelled, and I don't think I'll smell ever again. This, I did have a chance to buy a bottle of that, but I got outbid on eBay. So this I've decanted is got to be. This is Gucci Prom 1. So this to get me away from using using my bottle, and also to getting away from using those little dabber samples that I got. I decanted in here, so this is going to be much easier to wear. This is called Forever by Elvis Presley. Now I remember I did test this out in a video where I unboxed something that someone had sent me, and nobody watched that video. And I did say that this is a very pleasant fragrance. It's a mid-tier. It's not a super cheapy, but it's okay. It's Elvis Presley, Forever. Pretty good. Who knew? And then we go to Ralph Lauren's Monogram. Same video. Somebody sent me that. Again, lavender is really not the fragrance note that I love the most. Some people love this fragrance and say it's a masterpiece. My tastes say otherwise. It's nice, but it's just not my thing. Oh, here we go. Someone sent me Marc Antoine Barrois B683. B683. I had a bottle of Ganymede, which is the more famous fragrance of Marc Antoine Barrois. And this kind of smells like that. It also smells like Bois Imperial, and so it kind of smells like Quentin Bisch has been all over this. Yeah, I didn't really rate that one very highly. Funnily enough, somebody sent me this as a joke. I'll show you what it is. This is Lady Million by Paco Rabanne. Somebody sent me this as a joke and I wore it. And I like it. It's all right. Like for a mainstream designer scent, Lady Million, guys, like guys can wear that. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, here's something I was wearing last night. It's a new one by Goldfield and Banks called Mystic Bliss. I wore this last night and I went to bed because I'm a sucker for figs. And this has got figs and cassis. Great combination. Very strong and loudly projecting as well. So this went really well. I'm really considering a bottle of this, actually. This is actually quite good. Again, the quality that of all the Goldfield and Banks fragrances that I've sampled have not been very great. They're just, low tier niche at best, and sort of fall just above the designer, sort of in terms of quality and interesting scents for sure. Yeah, but this one, I like the scent. I really do. I think it's fantastic. It's probably one of their best. Okay, this somebody gave me in a department store. I wore it once and I resisted the urge to gag a lot because it was... I've just grown out of this kind of crap, okay? They make it super sweet. They make it super uninteresting. So that all you smell is like caramelized sugar and that kind of stuff. And you can't really discern notes from one another. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. That's how they do it. That was Polo 67, by the way, if you didn't see me hold it up really quickly. Polo 67, the new one. This one, somebody made me a decant of. It's an Amouage. It's called Lineage. It doesn't really get talked about too much, but it's like it's sort of in the women's bottle. But as an aquatic, I don't mind it because it's got that like the salty sea note thing going, but it's also got like a driftwood kind of note going in there as well, along with some other supporting players that support those notes. Longevity is pretty damn good. Of course, it's an Amouage, so it performs well. Quality is very high because it's an Amouage. But yeah, it got me by surprise. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Haven't made my mind about getting a full bottle of it. Just like this one, which I just keep going back to all the time to just re-sniff and just convince myself that I'm not going crazy. So sometimes when everybody else loves a particular fragrance and I don't, I'm like, am I going nuts? Am I missing something here? Because I think, look, don't get me wrong, it's a Chanel, it's a Les Exclusives, which means quality is high, blending is great, like it's a Chanel, you're not going to go wrong. However, the smell is not something that sits right with me. It's just something very doctor's clinic, hospital, something about it. And whilst I can appreciate it, it's really not something that I want to smell like all the time. And I have given this a fair few full wearings as well, because this was a fuller decant, and this is the third decant that I've had of Le Lion. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I should have just bought a bottle instead. I don't know. One thing that I'm still considering, which is this by Creed. This is Aventus Absolu. Yes, everyone's crapping on it because it's too expensive and they've stuffed up Aventus, blah, blah, blah. But this is nice. This is nice. This is a modernized version of the DNA. I think it dries down very well. And yeah, I'll consider a bottle of that once we get to... well, I mean, we're still in cold season, so whenever I can find it. Let's go back to Chanel, Gardenia Eau de Parfum. Needs no introduction, one of my favorite Chanels, but this is the Eau de Parfum version. I've given this a couple of wearings. It's nice, it's a bit more watered down, funnily enough, compared to the Eau de Toilettes. It just feels it's not as heady and almost indolic enough as the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Parfum, funnily enough, also is very smooth. The Parfum Extrait is also very smooth, as you would expect, but the Eau de Parfum seems to behave most nicely, but yet give you the least amount of interesting scent, right? This is the new one from Chanel, the Comete, which I have worn a few times here from this particular, from this and a few other times where I've been in the store and I've tested it out. I love this. This is actually excellent. Comete. First impression of Comete was, I don't know, it's not that great. But then I wore it a few times and it grew on me to the point of now I'm thinking, yeah, this could definitely be a great addition. A great addition because, yeah, it's just that great. This is my other sample of Blue Sapphire. And funnily enough, it smells kind of different to the first one. This is more floral and that one was more sort of stanky, oody, weird. Here's a random blue decant. Wonder what this is. This smells like something I've mixed and I do not know for the life of me what the hell that was. All right, we get on to some Clive Christians. Let's go. This is Blonde Amber, one of the best Clive Christians ever, right? This and this one, Hedonistic, are the best. This slightly edges out Blonde Amber, but then this is way more difficult to find. Blonde Amber is still in production. Very complex, kind of sweet, but livable. Just a great scent, both of them. They're kind of similar as well, but they sort of go into their own lane, right? But they're both fantastic, and I would love to have a bottle of each of those because they're so good. This random decant bottle, let me tell you what this is. Oh yeah, this is Aqua Quorum by Antoine Puig. This was the cheap alternative to Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport from back in the day. I had a big bottle of this vintage and I hated myself for buying this because the Ralph Lauren was more expensive and I loved that one and I didn't buy that. I bought this and I was like, damn it, this smells horrible compared to that. But out of spite, I used it and then I ended up buying the Ralph Lauren one and loved it. And many decades later, I thought I'd recreate my fragrance wardrobe of my youth. And so I picked up another vintage version. It was a splash, so I've decanted it here so I could wear it. And I hate it just as much as I used to. And I still love Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport just as much as I used to. Fantastic. Every time I spray it on, my wife's like, ooh, Ralph Lauren, nice one. All right, next up we've got, what is this one? This is a decant that I made of Balenciaga Pour Homme because the sprayer on that bottle is kind of whack. All right, so this one better. Just off the atomizer, it smells really repugnant, but on skin, give it a couple minutes to develop and it turns beautiful. Beautiful, complex, one of the very few vintages that are really great and worth checking out. All right. Next, somebody sent me this Daniel Josier Bois d'Iris, which had a lot more in it. I did wear it a few times. Pleasant, almost like a Coca-Cola iris, flat Coke iris, kind of like a Dior Homme kind of iris going on. Enjoyable, pretty good. This purplish thing is, I'll have to figure out what it is. It smells like some really funky lemonade. Oh, I think I know what this is. This is another one of my mixes. And it's come good. Some of these mixes that I made, where I did, 50-50 this or 30-70 splits of different fragrances that I thought might go together, Didn't smell good at all, so I failed miserably. But then I just threw them away, came back to them years later, and they smell great now. Some of them just smell even worse than they did. This is an old Paco Rabanne women's scent. It's unremarkable, sweet sort of thing. This is what's left of my Clive Christian X for men, which I wore the shit out of in the hopes that I would get myself a full bottle of, but I think I will move that back in the queue for the Hedonistic one or Blonde Amber. Here's another nondescript decant bottle, which has, I think I mixed Dior Homme with something in here. Dior Homme with some kind of neroli scent. So it was like a floral iris, and that's turned out really nice. Is John Varvatos Artisan, because I've only got it in that 15 ml splash bottle, which I don't like, so I decanted some of it here. That's a really nice scent still. This is Christos Woman by Christopher Coronis. I'll tell you the story about this fragrance in a different video. I've got a whole script and done a lot of research into it. Oh, fantastic scent. This is like Tom Ford Black Orchid's mother. Yeah, probably. Came out before Tom Ford's did. Came out 1998. Oh, yeah, this. I think I combined Gucci Guilty Absolute with Mercedes-Benz Club Black in this mix, and it's very potent. And I wore it the other day. No, I didn't wear it the other day. I wore it a few months ago because no one was at the house, and I thought it was safe to put it on. It smelled okay. Not that great, but okay. This is Voyage Royale. It's called The Conqueror. Someone sent this to me. Like a oud rose kind of thing going on. I thought it was okay. Not very well known. This is Christos Man. They come in the same sort of little 10 ml sampler bottle. Oh, amazing. I had a big bottle of this back in 1998, and I ran through it because that's the time I was clubbing my ass off in all of the club scene. In the late 90s, early 2000s, Melbourne had probably one of the best club scenes in the world. I'm sure if you look YouTube up, there's a dude called Danny Rants, and he goes and tells all these stories. And when he tells those stories, I'm like, I can tell you a few more, and I'm sure many people can, of all of the awesome clubs that used to make Melbourne and all the inner city suburbs of Melbourne. It was known for awesome music, great clubs, great scene. Who's the best club scene in the world? Yeah, okay. I don't know what this is. What is this? Where is this? This is Dior Homme with... Oh, no, wait. This is just Dior Homme. This is the Dior Homme Silver Stem. It's a little decant that I had from a larger bottle. This, I don't know what this is. Now I smell Dior Homme everywhere. I made the mistake of spraying something out in the air with all these decants. Now it's going to confuse me. This is... I'm pretty sure it is. This is Louis by Rochas. My all-time favorite fragrance, if I had more than one bottle of it. I've only ever had one bottle of it, so therefore it falls to second place, and Gucci Pour on one goes to first place. So Louis Rochas, beautiful. Dark Neroli, love it. This was sent to me by my good Canadian friend, the most awesome dude on the planet. We all know the Canadian guy, the Canadian Indian, the Canadian Amouage. He sent me this as part of like a whole bunch of a care pack, let's call it that. It says Or Noir by Pascal Morabito. Great, very animalic, but on the skin it's less so. And I think for a women's fragrance, a man can easily wear this these days. It's an old scent. This is, wow, this actually smells nice, whatever the hell this is. One more time. Whatever this is, it's really fun and fresh. I forgot what this is. See, that's the thing. When you don't label them, you have no idea what they are. This is a decant of M7 Fresh by Yves Saint Laurent. I thought that this would be enough, but I was wrong, and I ended up forking out a whole bunch of cash for an unused 50 ml bottle, which I am a quarter of the way through, and want to use more of. This is Spazio by Crisia. Very nice, aromatic, vintage, discontinued. Nothing remarkable, but so don't break your wallet trying to get it. But because it's not been heard of very much, you can probably pick it up for a lot cheaper than some other scents that you would. This is Dolce & Gabbana from the Velvet line. This is Velvet Incenso. It's probably the best one out of the line because it smells kind of similar to Gucci Pour Homme 1 with its churchy incense thing going on. This, this I remember smelled really good. That's why I used all of it. And now I don't know what it is because the person who sent it to me didn't tell me what it was. Thank you, person. This, I wrote what it was. This is Chanel Pour Homme Eau de Cologne. I've decanted it from a little dabber. It's a very, very vintage. So the opening is gone sour, but the rest of it is still good. This is Rose's Musk by Montal, which I sprayed once and died. True story. This is Black Oud, which I also sprayed once and died twice, so it's better value. This is this was full. I finished the shit out of this. This is called, damn it, this is called Beryl. This is probably the best thing I've smelled from the house. Very pleasant, fresh rose. You heard it from me, a rose hater. Me. Really good. Really good. Just didn't go for the full bottle. Didn't think it was, Anyway, I might still get it. This is an original 90s formulation of Lauder for Men. This is another vintage that I think is damn good. It's just so good. I haven't looked up to see, because it's kind of rare and hard to find, right? So I haven't looked up to see what a vintage bottle goes for these days of this. But what I've got left here, I've worn it. That was full. So much enjoyed that. That was really good. This is another old decant of California Dream, which shows you that I've actually worn this before. This is Yoji Homme, again another one sent to me by Anuj because I was curious about this. It's really hard to find. I thought this was pleasant, but luckily, thanks to his generosity, I did not take the plunge and buy this because it's one of those hyped up discontinued ones. Not my taste, not my style. This is a decant I made called Etienne Enye's Super Fragrance from a smaller actual bottle that someone had sent me. And this is another vintage that really deserves more hype than it gets. It gets zero hype. I think I'm the only one that's really hyped it up. Maybe one other channel, maybe Jonathan. And it's a great smelling vintage. Released 1978. Etienne Enye Super Fragrance for men. There is one for women as well. Haven't smelled that. But that men one is awesome. This is another empty decant of Le Lion. I don't know. Still on the fence. Still on the fence. Forever on the fence. Okay, this is another insane mix that I've done. It doesn't really smell like anything. It smells like its own thing, and therefore I have no idea what it was composed of. This is Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche. Again, one of those things that we'll have to agree to disagree, that it is a bad fragrance. I'm not even going to say that it's, it's not to my taste. It's just a bad fragrance. It's just a bad fragrance. This is an original formulation of Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, the Euro Italia one. I got 2 of these before I plunged on a full bottle of the sticker version. This is another Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche Eau de Toilette that somebody sent me and said, come on, give it another chance, Raf. You might like it. You were incorrect. I actually dislike it even more the more I smell it. And this is why I keep it there, to go back to it. Oh, this is the other Dolce & Gabbana one that I said, so I've got 2. And this is Fin de Fendi. This is the original, and I bought this because I did not have a bottle of the original, and it had been discontinued already. I had a bottle of the Fin de Fendi Assoluto, and that I really loved and went through a full bottle of. This is also nice, not as good as the Assoluto, but I haven't worn it very much because again, this is discontinued. It's just, and it's, I don't know, it's an average scent to me. The Assoluto was really nice when I had no knowledge of many other fragrances many years ago. Oh, and this is actually the vintage Mitsuko that I have completely demolished. Ooh, what a great scent to end on. Maybe not. Hold on. I found another box. This is ridiculous. This is Dunhill. What's this called? Edition. This is actually really nice. Really nice. This is the one that I'm not going to open it because it's really finicky. This is Rococo by Yope. Again, a very nice scent. Discontinued. I wouldn't pay full discontinued prices for it because that'd be silly. It's not that great. This is Yves Saint Laurent's Cinema Eau de Toilette. A more floral, more feminine, more dainty version of the Eau de Parfum. I prefer the Eau de Parfum. This is called Heaven Fresh by PK Parfums, and this was okay. Somebody sent this to me to try out. This is a vintage Yves Saint Laurent Paris, which is not that great of a fragrance. This is Rocky Mountain Wood by D Squared, and this is actually a really good scent. I never had a full bottle of this, and I'm spewing because it's actually a quite nice scent. This is the very old Chanel's Pour Monsieur. Pour Monsieur Après Rasage Concentré. So it's aftershave concentrate. And this is the Fahrenheit Absolute sample that actually got me hooked and now I have 2 bottles of it. This is the vintage Polo Sport that rekindled my love of Polo Sport, and now I have a vintage bottle of that as well. And this is the vintage carded sample of Xerjoff Homme, which reminds me once in a while of how disgusting this stuff actually was, and now it's even more disgusting. This tolerable, but just nuclear strength, right? The new versions smell bad. And if you're ever looking for a vintage version of Xerjoff Homme, if you see the little symbol above the Homme where it says Homme, that little symbol, that needs to be on the front of the bottle. If that's on the front of the bottle, then that is a vintage 90s version of Xerjoff Homme. And last, but definitely not least, something I've never actually talked about on this channel. And it's because I haven't had a bottle of it since the 90s, and I think I should get one just for nostalgia's sake. And it has to be a vintage. This is a vintage, but it's only a 7ml sample, 7ml bottle of it. This is Quorum by Azzaro. I bought this the year it came out and absolutely ran through it, and I thought it was a great scent back then. I still think it's a great scent now. There's like tons of flankers that have come out, but I still think the original is still the best. And I'll probably end up with a bottle of this. Wow, there's a ton of stuff here on my table. Thank you for sticking with me. If you haven't, then you should. Well, who am I talking to? If you have, all the people that have, thank you very much for sticking with me. These are all the same. Tell me if you've recognized any of these. Actually, I'm wrong. I'm not finished yet. Damn it. There's more? Crap. Okay, so there's more. Okay, now we get to some real serious ones. This is Pierre de Valle number 4, which, if I had the money, I'd have a bottle of. Creamy, spicy, just amazing. Like if you were on a date with I put this on and I went to go get a cup of coffee, and I didn't think that I put on that much of it. It was only like a few sprays because I didn't have much of it. Plus it's really expensive. So the person who gave it to me didn't give me that much, but I'm very appreciative of the little drops that I have. And I put it on and I went to go get a cup of coffee, and the girl was like, "My God, you smell amazing. What is that?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. I'm not even going to go into it because I'm going to sound like a total geek telling you all of this stuff about Pierre de Valle and the recipe book that Roger found." And Pierre de Valle, if you don't know, is another line of fragrances from Roger Dove. This is Pierre de Valle number 6. This is also nice, just not as nice as number 4. This is like a nice sort of citrus, creamy citrus sort of thing going on. This SB25 is Semi-Bespoke 25, again from Roger Dove's Hot Perfumery line. This is, so if you get Roger Parfums and you get Pierre de Valle and you get Semi-Bespoke, and they very expensive fragrances. Kind of stanky, but also at the same time, you just can't stop sort of sniffing yourself when it's on you. This is Good Britain, or Great Britain, let's call it that, by Roger. Probably the best leather scent. I agree. It's probably just not to my taste. This is Semi-Bespoke number 26. Oh no, this is the Patchouli Bum. What the hell? 25 is... okay, that's not it. 25, this is like rose, amber, that kind of stuff. That's really good. This 25 is actually really nice. 26 is the Patchouli Bum. There it is. Okay. What's going on? Too many fragrances that I've smelled and I'm going nuts. Okay, SB23, Semi-Bespoke 3. I can't even get numbers right. Very nice citrus, aromatic. I've worn this the most. SB9. This was good. This was good. Kind of feminine. Yeah, kind of peachy, kind of sheeperish-ish. Turando from Roger again. Very beautiful scent. Very beautiful scent. A bit tad too feminine for me, but again, beautiful scent. This one, Kilian Noir Aphrodisiac, somebody sent me. Not my thing, chocolate and all that coffee stuff. And this is Single Malt, again by Kilian. By Kilian. And it's like a edible sort of whiskey cake, and as a result you smell like a drunk who crashed his face into someone's wedding cake. And it's not I don't know why people want to smell like whiskey, but anyway, now I think I've done all of them. As I look around the room, it looks like a bomb site, but I've gone through all of them. This is what I wanted to do. A very long and very uninformative video. I hope you liked seeing me hold up random decants. Hopefully I'll make enough effort on this video to put the pictures of the bottles on the screen. That would be good. Note to self, do this, Raf. Do it. And as always, thanks for watching.